Alright, Dan Mills, vocalist for Cold World from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Our record is going to be coming out sometime June, July this summer. Had some complications on it, but it's going to be coming out. Working with Death Wish has been great so far. They've been very supportive, hooking us up as much as they can. Hopefully when the new record comes out, they hook us up even more. So we'll just go from there and see what happens.
What kind of complications, if you don't mind?
Well, me personally, I was having problems with my vocals, and that's really what the biggest complication was. I had to actually we recorded with Billy from Biohazard at Underground Sound Studios in New Jersey, and when I went in for the year before that, I've been having a lot of sinus problems. I corrected it with surgery, but what was happening was I kept blowing my voice out after like 10 minutes. So it wasn't able for me to do like a 2 or 3 hour vocal session and do a record. So we finished the vocals at a studio in Wilkes-Barre with a friend of ours, Joe Loftus. And so it took me like 4 months to do the vocals. I was going every day, 20 minutes a day until my voice blew out. But that was actually a pain in the ass. It bummed me out because the other dudes were having such a good time, working with Billy. And here I was in a town. Not that I didn't like working with the dude we were working with, but, it was an opportunity to work with a legend almost. So I just bummed me out a little bit, but it all came out good.
So, I mean, in the live setting, how does your voice survive?
I'm, to be completely honest, I don't know. Sometimes, I guess, when you're playing live compared to recording, I always do better live, just because I think you have that adrenaline going and the crowd reaction and, it's just that the chaos of it. You don't really think about anything, so you're just kind of going nuts. But in the studio, you have to control yourself, so you don't get that live energy feel. Live is just, kids are singing along, so... every singer does it. You get tired, you put the mic out, and, just have the kids sing along, so...
Screw up a lyric?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter,
it doesn't
matter,
I forget lyrics all the time, but, kids are singing along, and it's just the, the energy going on. It doesn't matter, what happens.
Talk more about, I guess, your experiences with Turmoil,
with
watching them
Turmoil.
grow up.
I mean, they grew up they're from a town, it's a little about hour south where we live in Pennsylvania. Great dudes. The one thing that was always kind of weird about Turmoil was they never did as well in our area as they did in Philadelphia or New York or anywhere else that they played. And it always bummed me out because they were this huge band from our area, but I feel like the area kids didn't give them the recognition that they deserved. Turmoil is just an amazing band. It's just weird, in our area growing up, I've always liked all kinds of bands from pop punk to hardcore metal bands. And it's weird because Wilkes-Barre area has such a big music scene that people probably don't realize that there's so many different genres of music. There was times where there'd be shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, and then shows during a week of touring bands. So when you have 5 nights a week of bands playing, kids get burned out, definitely spoiled. And I think that's a big problem in the Wilkes-Barre area now, especially. Mm-hmm. And you have different genres, so pop punk kids won't go see a hardcore band play, or metal kids won't go see a pop punk band play, but yet it's still all underground music, and they should be able to play shows together to bring everybody together in one scene. But I mean, kids just don't care, I guess.
So you're an older dude from the hardcore scene.
Yeah, I guess.
How come it took you this long to, I guess, emerge from your scene into a band?
I've done bands before when I was younger, booked shows. I don't know. It's just I think the biggest thing is me, Nick, and Alex. Nick plays drums, Alex plays guitar. We played in this band from our area when we were younger, and I think it's one of those things. As we got older, our musical taste got almost matured, and Alex, great guitar player, amazing musician. Same thing with Nick. Both of them, they write all the music in Cold World, and it's just it's not just them writing hardcore songs. It's them taking influences from other places and then writing a record. It's not like they're listening to the Cro-Mags and Agnostic Front or even Biohazard and then writing a song. They're listening to bands like Velvet Revolver and bands like that, and then writing trying to write a hardcore record. And I just feel like that's a lacking of with bands these days. They're too influenced by hardcore itself. You need to branch out and let other things influence you to write a great song. Anybody, not taking anything away from these bands, but anybody could get on a guitar and write 3 chords and go verse, chorus, breakdown, and mosh and stage dive, which is awesome. I love that. But I think bands need to look at other influences within writing music and just branch out get out there, do something different.
That's actually a very good point. Ice Grills came out, and I mean, it pretty much, it brought in some spinning, a little bit of scratching. You know?
It's definitely our drummer Nick is DJ. Grew up around hip hop, loves hip hop music, and when like the idea that he had to put a scratch part in one of our songs on our first record, self-titled record, like I was even real skeptical about it because like I didn't want to sound like Limp Bizkit or Korn or something corny like that. But I've known Nick for a long time, and the kid's a musical genius. I had complete faith in him, and when we were recording demos and he put the little scratches in, I mean, it just fit perfectly. It didn't sound out of place. It didn't sound weird or anything like that. And then we branched out a little bit more with Ice Grills. He was putting samples in and scratch parts, and I mean, I loved it. I never thought I'd actually say I'd love it, but like to me, it just fits perfectly.
How's that approach gonna figure in the new record?
The new record, the new record's pretty intense. Like we've definitely stepped our game up, especially Nick and Alex. With Nick, especially with the samples and scratches, and we got some, guest vocalists that I guess kids wouldn't expect. There's a lot of definite like crazy shit, but it's not like above hardcore. It's still a hardcore record, but like we're definitely trying to push the boundaries of what we could do with this music. We're still writing the music we want to write. We're still playing the shows and playing the music we want to play. We're just trying to push it as far as we can, and like without going too over the top. But it's still a hardcore record, down and dirty. It's still a hardcore record, but I mean, there's gonna be a lot of surprises in this record. I think kids are either gonna love it or hate it.
So I mean, talking about guest vocals, you're talking about, I mean, what like Sinead O'Connor, Skunk and Nancy?
Without like
Who's spilling the beans?
I don't want to like ruin anything, but there's definitely some.
George Michael?
No, I don't know. I don't want to say, like, I don't want to ruin anything.
Fucking Chug D, I knew
it's
it.
pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
Chuck D.
we got, like,
Chuck
some
D.
of our friends that, like,
It's fucking Flavor Flat, I'm telling you.
George from Blacklisted sings on one of the songs. We got Mark Porter from Floor Punch to sing on one of the songs. And Nick does a lot of vocals in this record. Very, like, Keith Caputo, like any sounding vocals. They sound incredible, which I'm very happy about. Like, it's a good mix. Alex obviously sings parts. I sing parts. There's some just other crazy shit in there. I don't know. You just have to check out the record when it comes out.
That's very cool. You're, I guess, more of an upbeat type band for the Death Wish roster. They have a lot of, darker type bands. I mean, you are a heavier band. You address some harder issues, but you're more of an upbeat type band. How do you think, I guess, the fan base of that label are going to respond to you?
Well, that was one of the points of like going with Death Wish. The thing about Death Wish is still a hardcore label. It's not like beyond anything hardcore. I mean, they do a lot of like metal bands and stuff like that, but they also have all hardcore bands. They're still hardcore dudes. And with some other record labels that we were looking at, we didn't want to go with a label that was going to like veer from hardcore. Like, and obviously we didn't want to go with a smaller label because any band wants to progress, and get like a bigger fan base, all that kind of stuff. And we just thought Death Wish was like the perfect in between of going from a smaller label or to a bigger label. Death Wish was the best choice.
Mm. Cool. What's some advice you could offer guys in the dating scene?
Dating? It's a weird question.
Get some records and you get the lady.
I'm in a very committed relationship with my girlfriend right now. Here, I'll be completely honest. Dudes that want to get girls, like what it comes down to is, just respect girls. I'm not saying like wait on the hand and foot or anything like that, but just have some respect for girls and you'll get it back. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. You know what I mean? Treat them the way you want to be treated. Like, don't be dicks to girls some girls do like that kind of shit. Like, dudes will be assholes, but, just respect the girl and she'll respect you back.